Hey you guys, my name is Angie from Naturally Nats, and today's podcast we're going to be talking about how to wash the smelly locks. My first podcast I talked about what can cause the smelly lock, so I'm going to talk about the 2 ways that I use to get rid of like that bad smell. And no, it's 3 ways to get rid of that bad smell and smelling locks. One is a temporary, very temporary, and that's just misting your hair with patchouli. Yes. Patchouli can mask a lot of smell. But like I said, that is just a temporary relief or a temporary. It's just temporary. It's just a temporary. The other 2 is doing an ACV rinse and then clarifying shampoo. Okay, so ACV, apple cider vinegar rinse, is a very harsh on the hair. Very harsh on the hair. You want to be extremely careful when you're doing an ACV rinse. So this is the ingredients that you're going to be using when you do the ACV rinse. So you're going to use the, I like to use organic apple cider vinegar, or you can just use regular apple cider vinegar. I find people using just plain vinegar. Okay, but normally I just use apple cider vinegar, organic. I pour that into the bowl. Then I put hot water in there. I put lemon juice in there. I either use Dawn dishwasher liquid. Yes, I do. Or I use Joy. Sometimes I feel like they really kind of discontinue Joy lemon scent dishwasher liquid. So that's something that I use. So that's what I pour in. And then you kind of mix it up. And then you place either your hair locks or your client locks into the bowl. I also use a steam treatment. So while the hair is soaking, because all of the hair can't get into the bowl, you still got all this up here, right? So what I do is I use the steam to help break down that dirt or that smell or whatever inside of the lock. And I get a cup or a pitcher. I really have a pitcher. And I use the water from the bowl, from the inside the shampoo bowl, and I pour it onto the locks, making sure that it's getting everywhere. And then I would go in and I would kind of ring the lock, kind of do it like this to make sure that I'm breaking down the dirt inside of the lock. Okay? Breaking it down. So, once everything is done, you can do it multiple times depending on how bad the smell is. You're actually going to lift up the hair to smell the lock to make sure that it is not still smelling. If it doesn't smell the same, which is fine, but I feel like sometimes you can't do this all in one treatment. You might have to do several treatments for this, because the client's going to get tired and irritated by you just trying to, break the dirt down, having them laying in a bowl. Some clients find it as a relief, but not everybody feel comfortable just laying the hair in the bowl. And plus the hot water is not very good on the actual hair. Not hot water. So, after that, I kind of rinse the hair out thoroughly. Then I put the stopper in the sink. And then I pour lukewarm water and lemon juice in there. Okay. A lot of people don't like ACV wrenches because of the vinegar smell. So you don't want your client walking out with vinegar smell. So the lemon juice actually offset that smell. That's why I also apply it inside of it while I'm washing the hair. So when you're doing that, I like to use clarifying shampoo. So I'm really trying to get the hair clean. I'm really trying to get the smell out. So I will wash the hair with clarifying shampoo. Not the dishwashing liquid that I put in there, but the shampoo, clarifying shampoo. Now, when you're using just the clarifying shampoo, you can still use the steam treatment as well. With the clarifying shampoo, I might add lemon juice in it. Lemon juice has been a great grease, or anything citrus has been a great grease breaker. Like, very good with breaking down grease. Like, if anybody ever paid attention to how the dishes get clean, how when the grease come in contact with the dishwashing liquid lemon scent or citrus, that it literally breaks it down, it evaporates, right? Yeah, that is why I feel like when I'm using that, I keep hearing stuff outside. And when I'm using the Joy dishwashing liquid or the Dawn dishwashing liquid, it breaks down wax. Wax is a water resistant. So when I see wax, I literally cringe. And I always say, before you accept the appointment, make sure that is something you want to fight. Because you're going to be fighting with that wax. And that's not coming out in one try. Yeah. That is not coming out in one try. So let me just say this real quick. Now, I know we all seen that commercial where Dawn, it's a Dawn commercial, and the ducks got oil from the ocean on their body, right? And they use Dawn dishwashing liquid to clean off the oil. Yeah, I took that into consideration. Like, that is always in the back of my head when I'm trying to remove a lot of oil out of my client hair. Or they consistently just applying oil and probably no water, whatever the case may be. So I really thoroughly get my client's hair clean. I'm talking squeaky clean. I even be like rubbing their locks with my hand and be like, y'all hear that? And they'd be like, I said, that's that squeaky clean. So those are the 3 ways to clean out. No, it's 2 ways to clean, but 1 way to mask the smell. And patchouli. Yeah, patchouli is the way to mask the smell of that smelly lock. It could be the wet mop smell, or it could be old mop water, however you guys say it. But then that's also a sign that your hair is about to start smelling like mold. Now, it can take a lot for your hair to get moldy. So I tell everybody, don't be so afraid that they have to really sit under the dryer. Yes. Sitting under the dryer kind of helps set the hair in place. Like some locks, hair just be all over the place. But if you sit under the dryer, it kind of like just settle the hair. It dry it and let it be. That's what the dryer is for. And it also is able to dry thoroughly inside of the locks. So, I always tell people, like, all my towels here are cotton. So if you're at home and you're trying to dry your locks, get you an old t-shirt that you're not wearing and just put it over your head and wring, an old cotton t-shirt, and just wring your hair out. Wring your hair out. until the water is no longer dripping. I mean, just put it over your head and squeeze your locks. Just squeeze them. Squeeze them. Now, you never want to use an ACV wrench, clarifying shampoo, bleach hair, or colored hair. When I say that strips, yeah, it strips everything. So when you're doing it on bleach hair, it just makes the bleach hair more fragile. When you're doing it on color hair, it kind of like strips some of the color out of it. So, no lie, I can use, in order for me to remove a color, sometimes I can. Yes, I am licensed, but sometimes I kind of go back into the old way of removing like red or black, them dominant colors. If it's a semi, yeah, I will resort to some old ways of breaking down or removing that hair color. But you have to be very gentle with the hair. Another reason not to use an ACV or a clarifying shampoo is if they have damaged locks. Yeah, you don't want to use that. They already got weak locks. Their hair is already weak. So you will actually have to have a different conversation with them about their hair. Like, if their hair is hanging on by a thread, a piece of hair, if for whatever reason they probably got some type of scalp issue going on, you don't want to use an ACV or a clarifying shampoo. You want to use something more gentle or more milder, or you might want to just refer them to a dermatologist. Be like, hey, get a referral from your doctor to go to a dermatologist, because something is going on with your scalp, and if your hair is just breaking off, you could have all kinds of scalp issues. You could have a scalp fungus, psoriasis, eczema. Yeah. You want to definitely tell them to go and get that checked out, because guess what? We are only licensed stylists. We are not equipped, unless you went to school for that or you got licensed in that. Other than that, you should be referring them to someone else. You should never be trying to do it yourself. Unless it's your own child. Yeah, family members, cool. But other than that, some of that is outside of our license scope. Yeah, and you could be sued. Yeah. Or you could cause more damage to their hair or scalp or whatever. So, be mindful when you are doing certain things. Make sure you know the what, the why, and the how. And if you don't know, don't touch it. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. So, that concludes my podcast for today. So, I just talked about patchouli is a temporary masking of the smell. Clarifying shampoo and ACV wrench are two things that can help with removing the smell out of the hair. I gave you the mixture, like not the exact mixture, but that's something you can pour in and figure out, because you can pour a whole bottle of ACV in, you can pour a whole bottle of lemon juice. However big your shampoo bowl is, that's how you're going to determine what is needed. But you're definitely going to dilute it with some hot water. Yes. And be careful with the hot water. I'm not talking about the boiling hot water, because now you're going to burn the client hair off. And you're going to what? Rinse in lukewarm to cool water with lemon juice. Yes. And then after that, you're going to what? Moisturize the scalp and the hair. Yes. Yes. You can use the LOC method, the leave-in oil and cream method. I'm out. You stay humble, be peaceful, and love each other, and love on your locks, baby. I'm out.